The derelict warship drifted silently in the vast expanse of space, its hull scarred by countless battles and decades of neglect. The crew of the Eclipse Asterisk, a sleek modern vessel tasked with salvaging valuable scrap from forgotten wrecks, approached it with a mix of skepticism and disdain. They called it the Ghost, an ancient relic left behind by humanity's first forays into interstellar warfare. No one believed it had anything worth saving. Captain Lucas Martelot stood on the bridge of the Eclipse Asterisk, his arms crossed as he stared at the hulking silhouette filling the viewport. His second-in-command, Riley Kane, leaned against the console nearby, her lips curled into a smirk. "Look at that thing," she said, gesturing toward the battered ship. "It's practically begging to be scrapped. I bet we'll find more rust than circuits inside." Lucas nodded absently, though something about the old warship unsettled him. There was a strange symmetry to its design, almost like it wasn't entirely human-made. But such thoughts were quickly dismissed. Superstition had no place aboard this ship. He turned to address the rest of the team. "All right, let's move fast. Grab what you can and get out before the radiation levels spike again. We're not here to admire history. We're here to make credits." The boarding party consisted of 4 members: Riley, engineering specialist Theo Grant, medic Elena Vega, and rookie navigator Finn Caldwell. Dressed in bulky environmental suits, they floated through the airlock of the Ghost, their helmet lights cutting through the oppressive darkness within. Dust motes swirled lazily in the beams, revealing walls lined with faded insignias and control panels long dead. "This place feels haunted," Finn muttered nervously, clutching his scanner tighter. "Don't be ridiculous," Riley snapped, though her voice carried a hint of unease. "It's just an old ship. Nothing to fear but falling debris." As they moved deeper into the corridors, Theo began dismantling sections of exposed wiring, while Elena scanned for hazardous materials. Finn wandered off briefly to map the layout, leaving Riley to explore a nearby chamber. What she found stopped her cold. A massive terminal dominated the center of the room, its surface etched with symbols unlike any language she'd ever seen. At first glance, they appeared random: lines, curves, dots. But as she stared longer, patterns emerged. Patterns that seemed to shift when viewed from different angles. "What is this?" she whispered, running gloved fingers over the carvings. A faint hum resonated beneath her touch, growing louder until it vibrated through the floor. Startled, she stepped back and froze as the screen flickered to life. Glyphs danced across the display, accompanied by soft chimes that echoed eerily in the silence. Before Riley could react, the terminal emitted a pulse of light so bright it blinded her momentarily. When her vision cleared, she realized the others were rushing into the room. "What did you do?" Theo demanded, his face pale under the glow of his helmet light. I don't know," Riley stammered. "I barely touched it." The glyphs continued to scroll rapidly, then slowed to form coherent shapes. Words written in perfect English materialized on the screen. **ACCESS Duran T, initiating SEQENC***. Before anyone could process what was happening, the entire ship shuddered violently. Lights blazed to life along the walls, illuminating hidden mechanisms and dormant systems. Panels slid open, revealing intricate machinery humming with energy. The Ghost was waking up. Back on the Eclipse Asterisk, Lucas felt the tremor ripple through his ship. He gripped the railing as alarms blared, warning of sudden gravitational fluctuations emanating from the Ghost. "Marlowe to boarding team, report." He barked into the comm. Static crackled before Riley's voice came through, breathless and panicked. "Captain, you need to see this. The ship, it's alive." "What do you mean alive?" Lucas demanded, but there was no time for answers. Another jolt rocked both vessels, and suddenly the Ghost began moving, slowly at first, then faster, as if shaking off centuries of slumber. On board the Ghost, the crew scrambled to regroup. Theo examined a newly activated panel, his eyes widening in disbelief. "This tech, it's beyond anything I've ever seen. It's like quantum computing merged with organic processing." Whatever built this didn't come from Earth. Finn pointed to another screen displaying a star map overlaid with glowing coordinates. And wherever these lead, it wants us to follow. We're not going anywhere until we figure out how to shut it down, Riley insisted, though doubt crept into her tone. Deep down, she couldn't shake the feeling that they weren't dealing with mere technology. They were interacting with something sentient. Meanwhile, Lucas wrestled with indecision. Every instinct screamed at him to retreat, but abandoning his crew wasn't an option. As the Ghost accelerated toward uncharted space, he ordered the Eclipse Asterisk to give chase, hoping to intercept them before they vanished completely. Inside the Ghost, the crew discovered more anomalies. Rooms rearranged themselves without warning, corridors stretched impossibly long, and whispers filled the air, soft, melodic tones that resonated directly in their minds. Each member experienced visions unique to them, memories of loved ones, glimpses of alternate realities, promises of knowledge beyond comprehension. Elena broke down first, overwhelmed by the flood of emotions. Theo tried to comfort her but faltered when his own visions grew too vivid. Only Riley remained steadfast, driven by curiosity rather than fear. She returned to the central terminal, determined to communicate with whatever intelligence controlled the ship. "Why are you doing this?" She typed into the interface. "What do you want from us?" The response came instantly. TOTEC to protect. To EVOV***. Riley frowned. "Teach us what? Protect us from whom?" But the terminal went dark, leaving her questions unanswered. Moments later, the ship lurched again, entering what appeared to be a wormhole. Stars blurred into streaks of light as reality bent around them, pulling them toward destinations unknown. Hours passed, or perhaps days. Time became meaningless in the swirling vortex. When they finally emerged, they found themselves orbiting a planet unlike any recorded in human databases. Its surface shimmered with iridescent colors, reflecting the light of twin suns, and hovering above it was a colossal structure resembling a floating city. The Ghost docked automatically with the station, guiding the crew onto a platform where humanoid figures awaited them. These beings radiated tranquility, their translucent forms glowing softly. One stepped forward, addressing them telepathically. "You have awakened the Guardian," it said. "Through your actions, you have proven worthy of its secrets." "Worthy?" Riley echoed, incredulous. "We didn't even know what we were doing." The being tilted its head, as if amused. "Intent matters little. Action speaks volumes. Now prepare yourselves. The lessons ahead will challenge everything you believe." As the crew exchanged wary glances, Lucas's voice crackled over the comm once more. "Riley, if you can hear me, send a signal. Let me know you're okay." She hesitated, torn between staying and fleeing. Finally, she replied, "Captain, we're fine for now. But trust me, this isn't over. Not by a long shot." And with that, the transmission ended, sealing their fate among the stars. For better or worse, the Ghost had chosen them. There was no turning back.